We are now on the last section of Chapter 6. We're on page 404, Consolidating Data by Linking Worksheets. Let's go to the top of page 405. I've already got Excel started. Go to Backstage View, which is another way of saying click on the File tab, and display the Open dialog box. And then select where your data files are. Well, here's where my data files are. It's still there from the last time that I saved things out there. And type the word Calhoun in the search box, which I've already done. And it'll do a search of the folder that you're in, any folders that are nested within it. And what we want here is we want to open the public works. We're doing the same thing here, but with separate worksheets instead of separate workbooks instead of separate worksheets within the same workbook. So we want those 4 workbooks to be opened. And now we want to change our view. So go to the View tab up here, and we want to choose Arrange All, and we want them to be arranged vertically, and so turn that on and then click on OK, and we'll get something like this. My order is not the same order that was in the book, but otherwise it's pretty similar. Okay. Okay, so we've got one for Public Works, we've got one for Police and Fire, we've got one for Parks and Recreation, then we've got this consolidated one here. And we're going to put references in these cells here to add up the numbers in these cells over here. Okay. So, we want to maximize this one, and it says with the 4, I'm on the top of page 407 now. With the 4 workbooks open and the Calhoun Consolidated Expenditures workbook active, if necessary, click the View tab where we're already there. Click the Save Workspace button on the View tab in the Windows group here. And then we want to say where we want it to go. This is going to vary, but I'm going to put it out here on SkyDrive in with Excel and under data files for students. And we're going to call this Calhoun Workspace, and we want it to go in Chapter 6 here. And click on Save. We're at the top of page 408 now. And it says you want to save the changes you made to Calhoun Consolidated Expenditures. And yes, we do. And if the Microsoft dialog box is displayed, click Don't Save to ensure that any changes inadvertently made. That's for the other ones. Open the Backstage view and then click Exit to quit Excel. Okay, and now we're back here, and then we want to start Excel again, which I've got on my taskbar. And we want to go to Backstage view, click on the File menu, and click on Open. And this time what we want to open is the workspace. We need to go here to Chapter 6. Let's try it again. Okay, and what we want is the workspace, which is right here. And that opens all of them for us. And now we want to start putting some data in here. Let's make this the active worksheet. and we're going to maximize it, so we'll double click on it, and then we want to go to B5. I'm on number 2 on page 408. Click the sum button to begin doing a sum, and let's go to the View tab here, and I want to switch windows, and I want to go to Public Works, and then I want to click on B5, and then a comma, and then I want to go to Police and Fire and click on B5 and then type a comma. You notice up here I'm getting the name of the spreadsheet in square brackets, and then after that I'm getting the name of the sheet, and then after that I'm getting the name of the cell. And I've done that twice now, and I want to go switch to my Parks and Recreation one to do it for the last time. And there's my formula up there. If you go look up at the formula bar up here, it's kind of big. We can see a little more stuff here by clicking on the down arrow, and it'll give us a few more lines here where we can see everything that's in our formula up there. And we can go ahead and click enter when we're done, and then we're going to take this formula here, and we can copy it down like this. Whoops. Excel put dollar signs in here for us, which we don't want, so we need to go back up here and delete the dollar signs. And as soon as we delete the dollar signs on the first one, now if I copy this down and the reference here was to B5, well, when I copy it down, the reference will be to B6 and B7 and B8 and B9. And we shouldn't end up with something like that. And if you look at the bottom and compare your sum with the sum in the workbook or with the sum I have here on the screen, you should have exactly the same answer. And that's how you can reference cells that are in other workbooks as well as cells that are in other worksheets. And that's the end of Chapter 6.